Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another exciting episode of Random Vlogging! So, today I'm going to go on a slight rant about what I see as hypocrisy. Whether or not it's true, I am very much biased in this particular uh, idea, subject matter, whatever you want to call it. So, the Fine Brothers, amazing, wonderful, very, very talented creators, released a video in one of their React series. They do quite a few different ones, everything from kids react, teens react, YouTubers react, adults react, and basically what they do is they put these people in a room, they put them in front of a computer or something else. Sometimes it's an item, but they show them something, and then they ask them questions about it. And it's really, strange as it sounds, it feels kind of documentary-like. They do take the position of the unbiased observer, I think, very seriously, and I think they do it fairly well. Um, it's something that every so often I watch. I don't watch it a lot, mostly because it's not that interesting to me. A lot of it is very cool and things like that, but it's just not a topic that interests me as much as it does a lot of other people. But they recently put out a video called "YouTubers React to Every Video or Every YouTube Video Ever." If you guys aren't familiar with this, it's something College Humor did. College Humor, for those of you who aren't aware, they're a comedy video platform, and they're kind of hit and miss, in my personal opinion. There's some things they do that are unbelievably hilarious, and there's some things that they do that are just kind of pedantic. Again, my personal opinion. They have so many more viewers and subscriptions and everything than I do that it's kind of like a pebble, trying to critique a mountain. It's kind of a weird thing. But basically, this whole thing is basically the video is them parroting and satirizing vlogging in general. And they hit on some of the major tropes that you see in the medium. Things like, girls wearing low-cut shirts and jump cuts and, 10 ways that guys are different than girls. Those videos that you've seen about a bajillion times and have gotten to the point where people that make them nowadays are almost parodying themselves at this point because they've been done so many times and they're such a well-known trope that you can't help but go, did you really mean this, or are you just trying to make something, are you trying to make a joke within a joke? So these YouTubers react to it. And most of them, while they're watching it, have various, I think, almost across the board, everyone thought it was very, very well done. It was very humorous, and they said that it was very accurate. Which that statement in itself I thought was a little bit weird, depending on how they meant it. And with the jump cuts and everything, it's very difficult to ascertain exactly what their meaning was behind it for some of them. But as far as hitting a lot of major tropes, yes, they did that very well. I've watched the video a couple times now. I think it's funny to a point. I'm not a big fan of the overacting that's very common in a lot of College Humor stuff. Smosh is another one that does tons of it, where they'll sit there and just do this massive overacting and things like that. And my background in theater and acting and performance, it turns me off. Some people really like it. I'm just not one of them. It was when they started asking the questions that things started to turn sour. Some of the people on there were kind of defending the medium of vlogging in general, because the Fine Brothers actually ask, it seems to be specifically picking on vloggers. And everyone watching is like, well, yeah, they are. I think, let's see, Lindsay Sterling and Leah, I can't remember Leah's actual full name. What is her actual name? Give me 2 seconds here, I'll be able to tell you. I think it's Leah Marie Johnson. We're both kind of defensive about the idea. It's like, well, no, I'm not going to make fun of these people. They put, I think Leah actually mentioned something to the effect of, they put a lot of time and effort into this. I would never make fun of someone for doing that. A large portion of the rest spent the rest of the video talking about how much they dislike vlogging in general, and they think that it gives YouTube a bad name. I'm paraphrasing a little bit there. So obviously, if I'm reading into something that isn't really there, feel free to yell at me in the comments below. But I think it's Shane Dawson repeatedly called vlogging in general just crap. A lot of other people mention things like, well, yeah, it's targeted at a lower base audience. It's targeted at younger people, which I have never actually targeted my vlogging at a young audience. But again, who knows? Maybe that's why I'm not a superstar yet, is I'm targeting the wrong demographic. And it just kept continuing over the entire video that a large portion of these YouTubers just thought that vlogging is base and pointless and is making YouTube a worse place. One of the things that a couple different ones actually mentioned was about creating stories as opposed to just random content. And I can understand to a point where they're coming from, but later on in the video, they ask, well, a common question that a lot of YouTubers are asked anytime they're interviewed is, well, what do you think about the disconnect between media and, old media and new media? In general, new media like YouTube and web series and web development is basically looked down upon by people in old media, film, television, movies. They think it of a lesser form, and all the people there mentions like, yeah, that's really, really true. They basically seems like, I really wish it wasn't true, but it is, kind of accepting of it. And then they went on to go back to bashing vloggers, which to me is the issue. When we're bashing each other, going, well, these people are making crap. Nothing like the amazing things that I do where I overact and, make really pointless jokes and use lots of flashy editing and things like that to make my videos look amazingly awesome. But these people are doing crap because they don't have the money to do that. That's exactly what I'm saying here. It's unbelievably hypocritical that these people are looking down on other members of their community and then trying to say, well, that's not fair, but these guys are making crap. And some people have argued that the overall message of the video is supportive of vlogging and things like that. And I don't get that. If a lot of them said, if that's what you want to do, go ahead and do it. I don't think that's being supportive as much as it is being placating. It's like, hey, listen, if you want to do stupid things, you go ahead and do stupid things. Or, hey, listen, if you want to degrade this system, you go ahead and do that. I can't stop you. I'm just going to work on being an amazingly awesome person, and you can just work on being a stupid idiot. And I was really offended about it. I've actually watched it a couple of times since then, because my first watch through it left a really, really bad taste in my mouth to the point where I was going to record a vlog and say nasty stuff about all of them. I've gotten a little bit over it to the point where I was able to, investigate a little bit more into word choice and things like that, find out what the people were really saying, and hasn't changed my opinion of it much. Like I said, I think there are some people on there that they're, what is her name? Anna Akana. If I'm mispronouncing her name, I apologize. I actually wasn't familiar with her work until I started watching this. From the reactions that she made and the statements that she made, she does not like the fact that she is most well known for YouTube and would prefer to be known for the things she does beside YouTube, thinking that YouTube, again, is a lesser, thing. And so I can understand where she's coming from, because she's trying to, break into first of all, a male-dominated field that is very difficult for anyone to break into, much less an Asian American woman who already has some barriers to entry just because of their gender and nationality. And my understanding, I haven't seen a lot of her work, so I don't actually know, but my understanding is the things that she has made in short films, and I believe she wrote a book on surviving suicide, and has done some very, very amazing things. She would much rather be known for that than the things that she makes on YouTube, which is her own personal opinion. But again, that's the problem that we're seeing, is that YouTube is this base, disgusting thing to the media world right now. It's like because the barrier to entry is so low, people are offended that people can become popular without paying ungodly amounts of money, without, the phrase is paying your dues, without having to do all this stuff that they had to do, working dead-end jobs, and getting roles that were demeaning and dehumanizing simply because they were a paycheck and they were a way to get your SAG card. These are things that were normal in the entertainment industry in general, and now you can bypass all of that horrible stuff and just actually get into creating videos and acting and things like that right on the internet, without having to do all this stuff, without having to play the political games. And that offends a lot of people, because they're like, well, it's not fair that I had to go through all this crap and these people don't have to. Obviously, because I went through more difficult times, I must be a better actor, producer, director, performer than they are, because they didn't have to bleed as much as I did. Which is a false assumption that a lot of people make, that simply working harder makes you better. It doesn't work that way. There's a lot to do with talent. There's a lot to do with working smarter as opposed to harder. Pushing does, taking a bag of shingles, or however you bundle shingles. It's been a while since I've done roof work. Taking a bundle of shingles onto a house by a ladder and doing it, entirely, by yourself, and lifting it and putting it up there. Does that make you a better construction worker than someone that develops just a conveyor belt system to get it up there faster? No. However, it does mean that physically you are going to have more, you're going to get more of a workout from your muscles doing that specific task than the other person. You're also going to come into other issues, like you can hurt yourself, you can possibly die doing things like that. So does it make you a better construction worker? No, it makes you a different construction worker. And can you use the fact that you're bigger and stronger from doing that to become a better construction worker? 100% yes. But that doesn't mean that the person that used ingenuity to work smarter as opposed to harder is a lesser form. And I think that's the issue that YouTube is having. YouTube is having now, is the idea that people are working smarter and are taking advantage of opportunities that didn't exist before, and now now people are getting upset because they're seeing people get to positions that they worked very, very hard to get at without putting forth the same type of effort, and that offends a lot of people. And it's a very shallow mindset, one that I have been victim to. When quite a few of my vlogging friends started getting huge subscription jumps and doing things, and I felt that they were not putting the same amount of work into it that I was offended and I was upset. And it's a completely false assumption, because first of all, I don't know all of the work that they're putting into it. And second of all, if they can get popular without having to work their tail off like I do, and having to fail on a fairly regular basis, all the power to them. That means they have succeeded where I have failed, and obviously have learned something that I didn't yet. And that's a fantastic thing, and I should be happy for them, not upset that I'm not as, I'm not as successful as them, even though I put forth tons of work and things like that. And I think that's the mindset that a lot of these people had, is like, well, we've worked so hard and these people haven't, therefore we are naturally better than they are. It annoys me. So anyway, if you guys have an idea on this, feel free to put it in the comments below. I'm actually going to link the YouTubers React video, so you guys can watch it yourself, form your own opinions on it. If you are a vlogger, you will probably be offended at least once in there, because quite a few of them reference vlogging as quote-unquote crap. So it is a little bit offending when people that are very popular and very good at what they do refer to something that you're doing as crap, but that's how it works. So anyway, yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if I'm completely off base, or if you guys agree with what I'm saying, let me know as well. I'm sorry this one's a little bit long, but this is a very complicated topic, and I wanted to talk about it. So yeah, other than that, watch other stuff, like, subscribe, share, blah, 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 YouTuber, insert YouTuber end thing there. And I will see you guys tomorrow for some more random vlogging. Bye-bye!